champions again in the PBA League. Some Lumberjack love to Bayside up in Portland, Maine. Manager Matt.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Right Down the Alley. We're waiting for the friends from the Portland Lumberjacks to join us. We're live here for another hour. I'm Kris. You see me every week on the Yuski and Herbie show. We'll be doing that again next Tuesday night. We'll be on the air. So let's give you the stats. Who's coming on this evening? Let's see here. Let's see. All right. So coming up, hopefully, Prather will join us from the Portland Lumberjacks at 8:05. Hopefully, he'll join us. And then at 8:17, we'll have Francois Lavoie, who from the Las Vegas High Rollers, who is from Canada. So we'll talk to him. Then H.V. Johnson will join us at 8:35 on from the Vegas High Rollers. And then our friend Troup will join us at the end of the show at 8:45 to talk about what's it like bringing home the title. So, folks, thanks for tuning us in here on a Friday night. Normally we don't do a Friday night show, but we decided to do one tonight. So if you like to, if you have any questions for us, you can always, give us, if you want to text us, and text me anytime you want. So you can text us anytime, at 443-567-0746. So we're sitting here waiting for Kyle to join us, and let's give you guys who won the PBA League. It's the Portland Lumberjacks, won it for the second time in these many seasons. So they are champions of the PBA League. So let's bring up the there's different teams in the league here. There's a lot of teams. They have the Adam Splitters, they have the Brew City Ballers, the Brooklyn Siles, the New York City Kingpins. They've been around for a while. Two new teams this year. A new team this year, Miami Waves, Los Angeles LAX, the High Rollers, the Detroit Motown Muscle, the Lumberjacks, who we're talking to tonight, and also Philadelphia Hitman, the Phoenix Flurry, and also the Dallas Strikers. So very interesting bowling league, on TV. It's like the Baker format. So basically, you all could everybody bowls a frame or two. So if you're the leading. If you're the anchor, you bowl at the end of the game. So it's 8:03 p.m. right here. Let's read about the league. The PBA League was established in 2013. Features a 5-player team on the top bowlers in the world competing for the prestigious Elias Cup. Elias was the founding father of the PBA back in when it first came out in the 60s. Now in 2020, they expanded to 12 teams, plus 4 expansions and 2 all-women's teams. So hopefully they'll keep those women's teams going. So it was a very interesting tournament. If you guys actually got a chance to watch it on Fox, a fine performance by broadcasters. Dave Ryan and Randy Peterson had a great time broadcasting and giving you guys the play-by-play down there in Virginia. So it's 8:05 here on a Friday night. We're waiting for Kris Prather to join us, coming up here on the program. So thanks for joining us here on Friday night. We'll be back on Tuesday, October 13th, with the Yuski and Herbie show. We'll be recapping this big college football weekend. between the Hurricanes and the Tigers, and Florida State taking on the Florida State taking on Notre Dame tomorrow in South Bend. So it's going to be very interesting. So we're just sitting here waiting for Kris Prather to join us here at 8:05. So yeah. So anyway, we're live now we're on Facebook right now. If you want to tune in to watch us, just go right to Hermantown Sports Radio and watch us on Facebook. And also we're live on Fox. On YouTube. So we're just sitting here waiting for whoever to join us. So we're going to step out for a minute and wait for who will be joining us shortly. So here is some Pearl Jam.
Don't make you smile. Don't make you smile. When the sun don't shine, it don't shine on you. Don't make you smile. I miss you already. I miss you always. Always. I miss you already. I miss you always. This is how I feel.
All right, folks, still Pearl Jam there. So, we'll get ourselves, hopefully we'll try and get hold of Kris here. So, hopefully we'll figure out what's going on here. So, folks, thanks for tuning us in on Facebook or YouTube. if you have any questions about the program here or anything here, yeah. So we're going to take a break here. If anybody could see me, we could, we're going to, take a break here and we'll come right back. So here's some music.
No more love, and I'd hate to see you waiting. Had to have so living. Shooting for the stars, but I couldn't make a killing. Didn't ever doubt, but I always had a vision. Always had love. Had to have so living. Didn't know how, but I always had a feeling. I was gonna be there, gonna be a better. Always had love. Straight to success. They never wanna be the winning novelties. Don't ever change, we wanted everything. Wanted everything. Stay up on that rise, stay up on that rise. Never come down. Stay up on that rise, stay up on that rise. Never come down. Mama said, don't give up. It's a little complicated. All tied up, no more love, and I'd hate to see you waiting. We see it all being done, but they haven't seen the best of me. So I got one more round, and it's gonna be a sight to see. So I'm living, shooting for the stars when I couldn't make a killing. Didn't have a doubt, but I always had a vision. Always had hope. So I'm living, didn't know how, but I always had a feeling. I was gonna be that one in a million. Always had hope. So I'm living, shooting for the stars when I couldn't make a killing. Didn't have a doubt, but I always had a vision. Always had hope.
How you saying that? Yeah. Hey, Kris, how you doing? Can you hear me?
Hey, Kris, how's it going?
Hey, doing great. Thanks for doing this evening. I know
Yeah.
you're in Virginia,
Sorry,
right? How's
I
Virginia?
got a little sidetracked, and we're picking up dinner.
It's okay. I have dinner waiting for me after I'm done. So anyway, so thanks for joining me tonight.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just talk about being in Virginia. You guys are down there in Centerville for basically, you guys doing the playoffs down there as well, right?
Yeah. The taping for the playoffs starts tomorrow with the round of 24, and then
Okay.
I get to bowl on Sunday because I have a bye, so
Oh, that's
a little
good.
bit of time off here, a little bit of a break, but yeah, it's been good. The PBA is doing a great job of making sure that we're all staying healthy and keeping us safe from all the negativity and people saying maybe we shouldn't be here bowling and stuff. So yeah, it's good. It's good.
That's good. Cool. Yeah, I got a chance to get some clips from the championship game. You guys won the league for the second straight year. How cool was that winning it? I know it was not a lot of people around there. It was just like just you guys. But I know you probably enjoyed getting people from Portland calling it, right?
Yeah, I mean, anytime you win on tour is huge, and to be able to go back-to-back championships at the PBA League is incredible because nobody's ever done it before.
Right.
And it's just giving me kind of goosebumpy feelings whenever we start talking about going back to Portland and being able to defend our title there finally. So it's just a cool feeling because everybody wants to win at some point on tour, and a lot of people sometimes start with the Elias Cup because I know Norm likes to draft quote rookies for the league. So
right.
It's just cool. It's fun. It's a lot easier bowling as a team than it is anything else.
That's cool. Well, I do want to ask you about the 9th frame in the championship match. Okay. Yeah. I got a clip from the folks from the PBA. So this is great. I just want to ask you this. Okay. Hold on one second. Let's play it.
Kris, Prather.
Yes! Oh, that's what I'm talking about, brother.
All right. So talk about getting up in the 9th frame. Okay. You guys are literally destroying Las Vegas pretty much. So what was the feeling like in your mind knowing that you have to keep the pressure on them because I know you guys are completely knocking them out of the ballpark?
Yeah, I was pretty much just like looking for, just trying to keep the string alive. And I was, I don't really get nervous whenever I have a long string anymore. Especially once we get to like 8th, 9th, 10th frame. When I'm bowling by myself, I don't really get nervous. I just kind of keep going through the motions and focusing on my routine and everything. And I really hope this motorcycle revs its engine louder. But
I love it.
when I had the other 5 guys behind me with the 4 of us on the team plus Timmy, it's just more nerve-wracking because you're trying to keep the string alive for them. And I was insanely nervous for it, but I was like, all right, just get up there, throw a good shot, and see what happens. And I honestly couldn't have thrown it any better. The stupid 10-pin teased me just wiggling there. I was like, wow, okay. I mean, you could have at least just been a solid wrap 10 and not even giving me a chance, but instead you're just wiggling at me like, all right, well, I might fall, I might not. Nah, you're not getting it this time, buddy.
Yeah. Hey, or you could be like Sean Rash saying to Randy Peterson, "Hi, Randy," about the 8-pin, and he goes, "Oh, I'm back to therapy now."
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah. You're having a fine season. Anything else you want? Yeah, because you won the Tournament of Champions, you won the King of the Lanes, you won the playoffs last year. I know you want to win it again. Anything else you want to win? Is there something else like Player of the Year? Or you and Jason want to do a pay-per-view event? What?
Yeah, I mean, I think the number one on my list is tournament-wise U.S. Open. I think that's one of our most coveted events, and to be able to say I'm a U.S. Open champion would be pretty incredible, especially with how like grueling it is. The way that they're running it now, you're bowling on several different patterns. You're bowling over multiple days. I mean, the U.S. Open last year, one day it was absolutely impossible. Guys were throwing, just rockets at the head pin a lot of the time because they didn't have any ball motion. So U.S. Open's number one, and then obviously Player of the Year. I think everybody wants to be Player of the Year at least once. And I want to be the best, and becoming Player of the Year is a step towards that.
Yeah. Well, I want to let you go because I know you want to eat your dinner. I appreciate you taking some time, and good luck this weekend down in Virginia. I'm sorry I can't be there because they're not letting any new people in. So yeah. I'm sorry I'm not there to cover it for you, but we'll keep you posted. And I think I lost him. Probably I did. All right. Well, anyway, that was Kris Prather. We'll have him on down the road. Here's Francois Lavoie. I think I said his last name right. How do you say your last name? I've been practicing it all day today.
Yeah, Lavoie. That's right.
Lavoie. Okay. Thank you for coming on tonight. I know you were part of the the Las Vegas crew, and you're from Canada. So how did you get involved in bowling in Canada? I know there's a lot of lanes up in Canada. I know the pros were up there long time ago when I was a kid, in Toronto. But how did you get involved with it?
Yeah, like you said, the bigger cities definitely have more lanes. Like Toronto, Montreal, those have pretty big bowling centers. How I got involved is just because of my dad mostly. He was a bowler when I was growing up, and he would just bring me with him to the bowling center whenever he had to bowl league or something like that. So instead of trying to find a babysitter, he just brought me along, and that's really how I got started.
That's cool. What was it like bowling a perfect game on TV? Because I was reading all about you today because I'm getting to know you. And I was like, wow, you bowled a perfect game on television. When I was a kid, perfect games were on because I used to watch the Professional Bowlers Tour on ABC. That was like pitching a no-hitter once in a while. And now it seems like everybody's pitching a 300 game all the time.
Yeah, 300s are becoming more common now. I think it's a combination of a lot of different things, a lot of different reasons why that's happening, but the 300 on TV was definitely special. It was at the U.S. Open, which was the first time somebody had shot 300 on the televised finals there, and obviously just shooting 300 in a tournament like that to begin with is incredible, and to do it in the semifinal was just it was, in a way, it was kind of career defining. A lot of people now come up to me, and that's the first thing they ask me. They ask me about the 300 game at the U.S. Open. So it's definitely something that's stuck with a lot of people, and a good conversation piece when people come up to me.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about this PBA League. You were on the new team from Las Vegas. You got drafted by Leno Monticelli, and you seem like you guys had a lot of fun with each other. You had Leno brought his friend from Venezuela, and he was funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
But just talk about the chemistry you guys. Seemed like you guys had fun together.
We did. Yeah, we had great chemistry. We all knew each other from before the league. We've competed against each other, and we've bowled with each other before, so we all knew each other. We're except for Ildemar. Ildemaro's a little bit older than us, but the rest of us are all pretty much the same age, and we've had similar career paths. We've all had experience with team bowling before. AJ, Andrew, and I all bowled in college here in the U.S., so we've had that team bowling experience there. We kind of know what it's like. We knew what to expect and how to communicate with each other, and so yeah, it was a lot of fun for sure. Our team chemistry was great. We worked well together. We communicated well, and like you said, we definitely had a lot of fun, and I think it showed on TV too.
Yeah. Well, you were born in Quebec City, Canada. Were you more like an Expos fan growing up? Because I know you're in Centerville, Virginia right now, where the Expos moved to DC. I know you're probably like a little. Were you an Expos fan growing up?
I wasn't really. I was. I think I was just a little too young when that whole deal happened. I never really got into baseball. But yeah, there's still a lot of places back home that still sell Expos gear and shirts and hats and things like that. It's still pretty popular there. So I'm sure those people have transitioned to be Nationals fans. But for me, I never really got into baseball that much.
Okay. So basically, your favorite sport was bowling, and because your dad brought you to the lanes, and you were just stopped bowling since you were like, what, 3 on, pretty much?
Yeah, I think from what they tell me, I don't know for sure because I don't really remember, but from what they tell me, I started when I was around 2. So as soon as I could walk, basically, I started throwing balls down the lanes, and bowling has been a huge part of my life since the beginning. That and hockey for a little bit, and tennis in the summertime. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, when I was a kid growing up, my mom told me that she couldn't have any cantaloupes or any watermelons or anything because I was using those as bowling.
Oh yeah.
In the kitchen. Yeah, and there's pictures of me using it in the kitchen. With those plastic pins and all that stuff. And I'm like, wow, you must love me, Mom. Yeah. Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, I used to bowl. I used to pick up anything. Like it was just something fun. I just rolled it. Yeah. It was just my nature. I was outside. My grandparents gave me these plastic pins with the different colors, and I just put them on the driveway and just rolled them down the driveway.
Yeah. I think we all had that same set of plastic pins. Everybody had the same one, I think.
I haven't seen them around. They got better now, but I haven't seen the old ones. The old ones, they were made strong. So you're there at the PBA playoff starting tomorrow. And you take on. I was looking at your pool. You're taking on Norm Duke.
Mm-hmm.
So, what is it like taking on somebody who is basically almost like your father? And he's been around since since I was a kid. Like 1983 and all that stuff. So, it was like bowling against him.
Yeah, it's special for sure. He's someone that I looked up to a lot when I was younger. I watched him bowl on TV a lot when bowling was on ESPN when I was younger, and so to be able to bowl against him now is really something that's special. It's something that is really cool. But at the same time, it's me or him. One of us is going to move on, and one of us is going to lose. So I can't be thinking about that too much when I go up and bowl him tomorrow. It's just going to be me in the lanes, and all that extra stuff is going to be set aside, and I'll really try to make sure that I bowl a better game than him. That's all.
That's cool. Well, I want to let you go because I know you got to get psyched up for tomorrow. So good luck tomorrow with the PBA playoffs. And I know you don't have a lot of media people there, but how weird is it just to hear Randy talk down the end of the lanes? Like you got to tell him to quiet it down. you can probably hear him, right?
Yeah, it's actually not so bad. Normally, Randy is right behind the players. Even when there's fans there, a lot of times we can hear Randy because he just has a voice that carries really well. He's just really loud in general, and so we actually can hear him sometimes. But now the way that they've got it set up, he's all the way at the back, like he's right up next to the pins, so he's all the way down the lane.
Yeah.
And so I think that distance, even though there's no fans there, I think the distance is far enough to where we don't hear what he has to say, or at least I haven't heard him while we've been bowling.
That's true. Well, have a great time tomorrow, and we'll see you on Fox tomorrow night at 8:00 or sometime.
Yep.
Every weekend seems like you guys are on Fox.
Yeah, sounds good. Fox tomorrow, 8 p.m. I think is where it's at. Thanks, Kris. Appreciate it.
All right, man. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, have a good one.
All right, bye. That is Francois, Lavoie, who bowls on the Professional Bowler Tour, with the guys from Las Vegas. Thanks for joining us here on the right down the alley here on Hermit FM Sports Radio, here on the StreamYard. We're waiting for AJ Johnson to join us. Coming up here, AJ is also one of his teammates. He'll join us at 8:35, and our good friend Kyle Troup, who I think he's doing better than working at Wendy's. So it's the good thing. So yes, you see at the bottom line here, Vegas losing to the Lumberjacks to lose the title to the Lumberjacks 3-2. So that's pretty interesting stuff. So we're gonna get back to our our music here coming up here. We gotta wait for AJ to join us, who is from the Las Vegas high rollers. But in the meantime, I'm trying to find something here. That does not work. Okay. Anyway, hold on a second. Let's go with Justin Timberlake here. Hopefully we'll get that here shortly. So we'll be right back.
I got this feeling inside my bones. It goes electric, baby, when I turn it on. Off to my city, off to my home. We're flying up, no ceiling when we in our zone. I got that sunshine in my pocket, got that good soul in my feet. I feel that hot blood in my body when it drops. Ooh, I can't take my eyes off of it, moving so phenomenally. You're more like the way we rock it, so don't stop. It's under the lights when everything goes. Nowhere to hide when I'm getting you close. When we move, well, you already know. So just imagine. I can see but you when you dance, dance, dance. Feel it. You're creeping up on you, so just dance, dance, dance. Come on, all those things I shouldn't do, but you dance, dance, dance. And ain't nobody leaving, so keep dancing. So just dance, dance, dance. So just dance, dance, dance. Ooh, it's something magical. It's in the air, it's in my blood, it's rushing on. I don't need no reason, don't need control. I fly so high, no ceiling when I'm in my zone. Cause I got that sunshine in my pocket, got that good soul in my feet. I feel that hot blood in my body when it drops. Ooh, I can't take my eyes off of it. It's so phenomenally. More rock the way we rock it, so don't stop, stop. Nights when everything goes, nowhere to hide when I'm getting you close. When we move where you already know, so just imagine. I can see but you when you dance, dance, dance. Feel it. You're creeping up on you, so just dance, dance, dance. Come on, all those things I shouldn't do, but you dance, dance, dance. Ain't nobody leaving, so keep dancing. So just dance, dance, dance. So just dance, dance, dance. So just dance, dance, dance. So keep dancing. Oh, yeah. I can't stop the. 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 I can't see but you when you dance, dance, dance. Creeping up on you, so just dance, dance, dance. All those things I shouldn't do. You dance, dance, dance. Ain't nobody leaving, so keep dancing. Can't stop the feeling. Up, down, got its hustlers. Bowery got its bumps. 42nd Street got Big Jim, a Walker here, bull shooting son of a gun. Yeah, he's big and dumb as a man can come, but he's stronger than a country horse. And when the bad folks all get together at night, you know they all call Big Jimbo just because. And they say you don't tug on Superman's cape, you don't speak the wind, you don't poke a mask off the old Lone Ranger, and you don't mess around with Jim. I don't do that. Well, out of South Alabama, come a country boy, said looking for a man named Jim. I am a bull shooting boy, my name is Willie McCoy, but down home they call me Slim. Yeah, I'm looking for the king of 42nd Street, I'm on a drop top Cadillac. After he took all my money, and it may sound funny, but I come to get my money back. And everybody say, Jack, don't you know, don't tug on Superman.
All right. Let's get this thing off. All right, folks, welcome back to the right down the alley. We have AJ Johnson with us. Hi, AJ. How you doing?
What's going on, man? I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
Thanks for coming on. I gotta say, I loved your stare down the other one against Brad Angela. That was great. Yeah, let's talk about that real quick because I know I know bowling in league because I used to bowl in league a lot, and there was some people that you bowl against, you just want to give them the stare down. Even my brothers sometimes, they're on the same, the other pair, I want to stare them down. But
yeah, no, so
go ahead.
Yeah, no, that was. I mean, it was all just kind of just like raw emotion right from the get go. Earlier that day, I had got some news about one of my best friends. His dad had passed away, so I was just kind of like numb, emotionless. And if anyone has seen like the league stuff in the past, like I bring a lot of energy and a lot of raw emotion to the shows, and so I just didn't know how I was going to be that day. And I told my teammates, hey, I'm here, I'm all in, but I just don't know how I'm going to be. And they're like, we understand, we get it, but like, hey, you're in this position for a reason. Like, we want you to set the bar early, get the energy going. And so what happened in the first frame, it was just pure emotion. I was trying to get my team amped up. I'm trying to get us going, right from the get go. And then Brad did what he did. I kind of had a feeling he was going to do something. He's a New Yorker, East Coast, old school guy, Italian too. So I knew something was going to happen. And then in the sixth frame, it's just nothing. I just kind of gave him the eyes, gave him the look. But Brad and I are actually good friends. I've known Brad a long time. That's cool. So he's a good dude. And after the show, we were joking, laughing about it, having a good time. And so it was all good fun. But yeah, it was just one of those things, man. It just happens.
Yeah, I was sitting here with my girlfriend watching. I was like, ooh. I was like, that was good.
Yeah, my phone blew up after that show because of everything that went on. But yeah, there was some funny memes that were made, and it was pretty cool that we were on the good end of that happening. So but yeah, no, it's just one of those things, man. It just comes out when you're bowling. You want to show up for your team. You want to get your team behind it, get that emotion and that energy going right away, so your team can get behind you and win the match.
Exactly. Well, let's talk about your team. I was talking to your other teammate. You guys had fun together. It seemed like, just talk about that chemistry, because I know you guys were picked, and then we had this whole COVID situation, and then all of a sudden they're like, "Hey, we're going down to Virginia. You want to go?" And you're like, "Okay."
Sure.
Just talk about the chemistry. Did you guys have the chemistry right away when you guys got to the lanes, or did it take a couple of days for things to get ready?
So we spend a lot of time with everyone. We were around each other week after week, bowling tournaments. And so we, Frankie, Andrew, and I kind of knew each other fairly well beforehand because we bowled college at the same time. Right. So bringing in Ildemaro and Richie and even Emleto too, we had a lot of conversations before we started the seeding round that determined what seed you were going into the bracket for the TV shows. And it just seemed right away. We clicked really well together. We meshed well. We communicated really well. And Emleto did a really good job at kind of figuring out what everyone was really good at and then gelling everyone together, not only like for the lanes and for lineup purposes, but also mentally and getting everyone to be on the same page with each other. And that was huge. Obviously we kind of we took the mindset as, we believe in us, we believe in what we're doing, and we have one goal, and that was the win, and that was to make it as far as we can as a new team. And we were the underdogs in a lot of matches. No one really expected much from us, and except for us, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, I like a lot of Monticelli's friend that he brought. What's his name? The guy with the this and that and all that stuff. I thought that was cool.
Ildemaro Ruiz, yeah, he was a good spark for us. He showed up in some big moments, and he brought a little bit of energy too. Once he kind of felt how our team was going to go, and we were going to have a lot of fun. He was able to bring that now I don't want to say Spanish, that Latin flair.
Right. Exactly. It was pretty funny. I think Randy was trying to figure out what the heck he was saying with the hair thing, and he was okay.
Yeah.
But Yeah, just talk about you guys. You made it to the championship round. Nobody knew that you guys were going to make it to the championship round. You went through everybody. I think you beat Dallas at the same, with Norm Duke and all those people, and and you're taking on a Portland team that has basically Kris Prather, who basically is winning everything that's not tied down right now. So I asked him, like, you want anything else to win?
Yeah.
Doing really well this year.
Yeah.
You got Kyle and you got Wes Milan and all those people, and then Tim Mack. Just what was the mindset going? You guys were up, the first couple games, right?
Yeah, we won the first game. We were up 1-0. And the lanes were a little bit different than what they were the rest of the time that we had bowled on TV. They seemed to be quite a bit tighter. The first couple practice shots from each team both missed the head pin right. Okay. So we had to change. We had to make a little bit of a change going into that match, and we seemed to figure it out pretty early. And then Portland, I mean, you can't say enough good things about that team. From Tim Mack being not only the bowler that he is, but also being the rep for Storm and the knowledge that he has. They have a really great team. Wes Malott, Kris Prather, Kyle Troup, and then you add in, a rookie with first time being in the league, Packy, who's already made a TV show earlier this year. So he's got, they have, and Martin Larson, who's been on the PBA for I don't know how many years and is probably by far one of the best bowlers without a title. I mean, he's won countless times overseas and whatnot. But from top to bottom, they have a great team. And so they put together some good games. And we knew going into that match that it was going to be a dogfight. They were going to have to put together good games to beat us because we bowled really well up until that point. And we were going to have to put together good games to beat them if we wanted to win the cup. So our mindset going in never changed. It had been working. We hadn't lost up until then. So we just went in with the same mindset, knew that we're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to bring energy, and we're going to keep doing what we've been doing so great. And yeah, like you said, we beat some really good teams going in. We beat Dallas, who is on paper probably the best team in the league. Right. You have manager Norm Duke, Tommy Jones, Bill O'Neill, and then when you add in Brad Miller, Nick Pate, two guys that have been bowling really well lately. They were a really, really good team. And that was the team on our side of the bracket that if we wanted to win, we were going to have to go through them. Mm-hmm. And getting through them and getting to the championship match was a huge moment as an expansion team. You're kind of in a tough spot because as an expansion team, you're a new team to the league. But as bowlers, we've had guys that have experience in the league that have bowled in that environment before. So it wasn't 100% new, but as a new team, a new manager and everything, no one really expected us to make it that far. And we believed in ourselves and we took them to 5 games in the championship match. And they bowled a really good game at the end. I mean, hats off to them for bowling the way they did and going back to back. Yeah.
But it was like bowling in a bowling center with nobody around. I know we bowl because I bowl a lot with my friends, and there's nobody there, at Rocket Bowl and all that. But you guys bowling there with nobody there except for Kimberly Presser and the people at Fox, and is it pretty quiet?
Yeah, yes and no. It's quieter than normal. Obviously, we don't have the fans, which under normal circumstance we would be at Bayside Bowl in Portland, Maine, which would have been absolutely electric. Those guys up in Portland are by far some of the best fans that we have, and they bring a whole different atmosphere to bowling, and it's awesome to be a part of. But they were able to actually get some crowd noises from last year's league and pump it in while we were bowling, so it made it feel like we were still bowling with a crowd.
Oh, that's cool.
It was pretty cool. They hats off to them for everything that they did for these shows and everything that they're going to keep doing going forward, given the circumstance. They really made it feel like a real show with fans there and everything, playing, having the fan noises pumped in, music and everything. And even while we were bowling, the people that were there working, they would clap or cheer and stuff to try to make it feel like we had fans there and like there were people there. Right. So it was a little different. I I wish that we still had the normal. We were still going to Portland, Maine, but with the circumstance that we were dealt with and given the situation, they did a great job with everything. It was pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, you won the PBA League this weekend against Kyle Sherman. I know he brings his camera around. He films everything. Is it pretty cool to see him do that? Because I had him on a couple like a year ago, and he talked about putting this stuff on YouTube.
Yeah. So the playoffs this weekend will be the first shows are going to be tomorrow night, and then the show that I'll be on with Bowling Against Kyle is going to air next weekend on the 17th, I believe, at 8 p.m. But yeah, no, Kyle and I are good friends. We bowled against each other in college. He went to Lindenwood University, which is right across the river from McKendree University, which is where I went to from Illinois into Missouri. So, him and I have a lot of history going back to college, and we've been good friends since, and we like to give each other jabs now and then. But to see what him and Brad have done with their YouTube channel and them having a camera around, it's fun to see. And actually, I think he owes me a little bit too, because last year during the summer swing, Brad and Kyle left all their cameras and stuff for their blog or vlog at their Airbnb, and I had to go back to the house and get it for them. Otherwise, they would have nothing. Wow. So I went back to their Airbnb for them because I was still in town, picked up their cameras and everything for them, and brought it back to them. So I think he owes me a little bit for that.
If he's watching a free meal, like Bruce Kris or somewhere as you want to go,
I would love that. That'd be great.
or something there in Centerville. I know you're Centerville, Virginia. You're basically off the 95, so it's probably you got the Waffle House. Yeah, it's like
But no, I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a great match. Obviously with 1-game matches, anything can happen. It's just a sprint, and it'll be. I think it'll be a really good one to kick off that show that night.
Yeah, exactly. And you were a 2-time player of the Midwest region, so maybe one day you could win a title. Hopefully, or you get one, right?
That's right. Yeah, I finished second, I think 6 or 7 times now for a title. I've been bowling really well this year, and I'm just waiting. I keep knocking on that door and just waiting for that door to break open and for me to bust through it. It is. We bowl against the best in the world every week. It's tough to win out here. So yeah, of course I'm looking for that first title, and as is, everybody's looking to win out here. It's hard to win. I won a tournament overseas last year in Korea. That was, kind of like my big professional win. Don't get credit as a title, but to me it counts. So, but yeah, no, it definitely what I keep working for, and what I keep, I keep reiterating myself, just keep giving yourself chances. And then when that time comes, just walk through that door.
Exactly. Well, AJ, thank you so much for coming on. Good luck this weekend or next week with the playoffs, and we'll talk to you down the road.
Awesome, man. Sounds good. Thanks for having me.
All right, man. Thanks for coming on.
You got it.
I see him. All right, folks. That's AJ Johnson. Good job working on the professional bowler store, then working at Wendy's. Our good friend Kyle. What's up, buddy? How you doing?
What's up, man? Hey, I'm trying to hook my headphones up real quick. So let me change that.
I can hear you.
Sorry, I was doing the Fox interview, and for
that's good.
Hey, we're good. Yeah, headphones are in.
Fox, that's good. That means I'm getting up in the world. Yeah. I'm after Fox.
How you been doing, bud? Doing all right?
Doing good. Thanks for coming on. And just talk about winning this title again up in Portland. I know we talked about it 3 weeks ago or a month ago about bowling up there. You're not bowling in Portland, but with the situation, what's it like bowling in Centerville, Virginia?
Well, the bowling in Centerville, it was obviously different. No fans here, but it felt great, man, to get back on the lanes with the Portland Lumberjacks and Tim Mack. Our communication, we gelled really well. We were really excited with our draft picks. Obviously, Martin showed up big time, 9 out of 10 strikes. It felt great to just see the team and be able to compete with the team, and then obviously to get the win for Bayside Bowl and all the BoPo fans up in Portland. Because we were really sad we didn't get to go defend up there. So it feels that much more special that we do get to go see them next year and defend the cup as a 2-time champ.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I want to ask you about the shot in the championship game in the 5th match in the 8th frame. I got a clip from the PBA. I want to ask you about the mindset getting up there, because a lot of young bowlers don't know when you have a lot of pressure, getting up there for the big shots. Because I know when I was a kid bowling, I want the big shot, so I can get a strike and bring it home. So let's play this clip real quick.
What do you say, Kyle?
Don't be great. We're Bayside, baby. Right there. Come on, boys.
Nastier than a vulture's breath.
Got chill bumps, boss. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, that's our folks from the PBA. Thanks for them for Danielle sending that to us. But just talk about that mindset, getting up there, knowing that you're already ahead, by a lot of pins. But if you get up and get a split or something, these people could get right back in the ball game.
Yeah, I mean, so there's a few things about that point in the match. One thing, so we were up 49 pins at the time, and like you said, if I get up and I throw a split, well, then our max score is probably 250, and then they're only down a count, so like the match will be right in. But the first thing is you can't really think about that. You can't think about, if I get up here and split, I could cost the team. One, it was much easier handling that shot, with all the pressure and stuff, having my team there. We're communicating, they're pumping me up, I'm ready to strike for them. It's a little different when you have 4 or 5 guys behind you rooting you on. It makes it just a little easier. But at the end of the day, I've got to step up with 110% commitment and confidence in the shot. That was one thing that our team stuck on throughout the entire league, was be committed to whatever the shot is, because we did a lot of communicating. We changed balls. We moved 2 or 3 boards at a time, going from one lane to the other. But at the end of the day, the big thing was to make sure to be committed to the shot. And, I was able to step up, committed. I made a great shot, caught the little carry on the 7, and that pretty much locked it up for us. But then again, not really, because if Prather gets up and splits, he's in the 250. So, I mean, every shot was pretty big going down the stretch there.
Yeah, those lane patterns are difficult because one side was okay, the other side gave you some problems. So I guess you guys had to practice before the match. What did you do to adjust for those sides?
Well, so we had obviously 3 days total of competition on the TV pair, and it kind of seems to always be a trend like that. Just like in Portland, the left lane hooks more than the right lane in Bayside. And but coming here, we don't know that. And there wasn't much experience on the TV pair. Actually, there was no bowling on the TV pair except for 2 shots apiece on each lane. So we kind of had to judge our previous matches and see how, when we went from one lane to the other, how it affected us. And then in the title match, I mean, we had the left lane hooking more. And then by the 4th game, the left lane was the tight lane. So, I mean, it was, a lot of, because then whenever the other team gets on the lane for one game, we don't know what's happening to the lane. So it was a lot of communication, just try and then trusting your instincts. And, hats off to Martin Larson, being our leadoff guy, a shot maker. He's not going to make a bad shot. He's not like the super high rev rate player, so we can really see what the lane is doing with his ball. If his ball goes high and hooks early, probably tells us that the lane's hooking a little bit more. So that was a big advantage I felt like we had as a team, was Martin leading off. And then when you throw 9 out of 10 strikes, that's always a great start for the team.
Exactly. Well, one last question to ask you. The playoffs start this week. I know you just got done with Fox. Same bowling center. You guys were down there bowling for the last, almost a week and a half. And I guess no media, no nothing except for Fox people bringing you in a special area, so there's no COVID, no anything. So just talk about you bowling in next Sunday or November 1st. You got a long time to get yourself ready, right?
Well, so they're going to be taped. The shows are taped, actually. So we're going to be bowling. I actually bowl Sunday at 5 will be my first round. And they've made that public too. They've posted so it's nothing hidden. So I'm okay to say that. But
on last year, and I said, Wes, you both pretty good last year, and I'm like,
no.
And then what's his name? The guy who was with the PBA. It was what's his name? Not Bill. Bill called me over. Goes, did you left it out of the bag? I'm like,
well, hey, just make sure you don't do any interviews in the next month. But man, I mean, I feel confident going into the playoffs. We have, like you said, we've bowled here a lot in the last week and a half. I had the PBA League. I made Cheetah Championship, so I got a few more games in just the center. But it's tough, man. This is a tough center. Like the league pattern was a little softer. Obviously, they want to see a bunch of strikes, but man, the animal patterns, it was like a night and day nightmare going from the league to the animal patterns, and now this PBA playoff pattern. I mean, urethane seems to be pretty good for a lot of players, but not really off the gutter. So it's kind of a different shape for the urethanes. But I mean, I feel really confident. And as you can see at the bottom, I get the winner of Darren Tang and Nick Pate. I don't really care who I bowl, because at the end of the day, we're the top 24 best bowlers in the world, and we all deserve to be here. So I got to just believe in myself, make the 10 best shots that I can, and hope that I win the game. I'm looking forward to bowling whoever I get to bowl. I do know that if I get to the round of 8, that I could bowl Jesper, my roommate. So I do want to do that, but we're not looking there yet. We're looking at the round of 16 in my matchup against Nick Pate and Darren Tang. And then if we can get past that, we'll prepare for the next match and take it one game at a time.
Yeah. Well, one last question to ask you. Are you a big college football fan?
College football, not a huge college football, a little more on the pro side, but I follow it a little bit.
Yeah. What do you think about What do you think about the games this weekend with Miami and Clemson and Florida State and Notre Dame and
Clemson? I might do a little sports gambling a little bit. Clemson's kind of been one of my horses, but they ain't really played nobody worth a damn. So and Miami, man, their defense is strong. Like, I mean, I would probably definitely be taking the points for Miami, but they might even be able to win the game outright. I mean, they got some firepower. I don't know the quarterback's name, but he seems pretty fire lately. So I think it's going to be a great matchup. And I don't really know too much about the other game, but we got some star-studded matches on Saturday for college football, and we got PBA on Fox. Yeah, exactly. It's going to be a great weekend, bud.
You got a lot of firepower. You got I saw a promo today. You got the World Series and bowling. We're
in great company.
Exactly. Well, I want to wish you good luck in the playoffs. I know you want to get rest up and get something to eat, because I know Kris was trying to eat some food and had some truck behind him earlier. So get some food and get relaxed. And thanks for coming on.
Definitely. Good to see you again, Kris. You take care.
All right, buddy. Take care. All
right. Later.
That is our good friend Kyle Troup, and we're officially done here. I'm going to get something to eat here. So thanks for folks for joining us here on the program. Thanks to H.A. Johnson and Francis Lavoie, and our good friend Kyle Troup and Kris Prather. Thanks for joining us, and thanks for the folks at the PBA to give us that clips that we played this evening of the Lumberjacks winning. So in the meantime, before we go, we'll play the how they felt when they won a week ago. So here it is.
Champions again in the PBA League. Some Lumberjack love to Bayside up in Portland, Maine. Manager Mac.
Yeah, thanks for the folks at the PBA and Fox for that. Folks, thanks for joining us tonight, a very special program of the Right Down the Alley. Join us on Tuesday night for Yuski and Herbie here on the same program. We'll be live at 8 o'clock, 8 to 9. We'll be previewing the LSU Florida game. Also, Jerry Apollo will stop by. We'll talk Panther football. They're going to be taking on Miami, who is taking on Clemson this weekend. And also, we'll talk Nebraska football as well. So thanks for joining us here tonight. Have a pleasant evening. Have a great weekend. And we'll see you all on on October 13th at 8 o'clock right here on our friends at StreamYard, and Hermiton Sports Radio. Until then, I'm Kris Heidel. Have a great night.
Jim, but